So in this video, I'd like to speak about the significance of Krishna or God being a person and what that means in terms of geography. You find a similar type of idea in Christianity with the idea of the descent of God in the flesh in the form of Jesus, whether he was God or not God or partially God or the Son of God or the Father or both or whatever is a whole other can of worms. But the idea being that when God is a person, God can and does descend into the world that he creates, into the material world that he creates. And so in the Gaudiya Vaishnavism, the idea of personalism, or God being a person and also coming down as a person, as himself, into the world that he creates, is, I would say, pushed to one of the extremes that you can find in comparative theology today on this planet. And I happen to be sitting on a beach shore, a seashore, in a holy place called Jagannath Puri, which for Gaudiya Vaishnavas is one of the three holiest places on earth. Why? Because precisely God descended and spent extensive amounts of time, earthly time, in these three particular locations. Jagannath Puri being the place where Krishna in the form of Lord Chaitanya, who appeared approximately 510 or 520 years ago in 1486 to be precise, spent the last let's say approximately 20 years of his what we would call his manifest pastimes on earth. And so this place is considered to be in one way non-different from the kingdom of God. Why? Because there's this theological belief that when God descends to this world, a world that he creates, he doesn't descend alone, but rather he descends accompanied by his entourage, by his associates. It's just like an embassy. Srila Prabhupada, the founder of the Hare Krishna movement, gives this example of an embassy. If you go to the U.S. embassy in Karachi or wherever in Paris, as soon as you walk into that place, you're no longer on French territory or on Pakistani territory, you're on U.S. territory. And that whole entire building, all the employees inside, all the way up to the drinking water, which is often imported from the mother nation, is actually U.S. territory in this example. So similarly, places like Vrindavan, Mayapur, and in this case Jagannath Puri, we believe as devotees of Krishna, is a full-on descent of not only God but God's entourage. And therefore this place, even though appearing quote-unquote in the material world and seeming to ordinary vision to be just a nice but ultimately ordinary beach resort with some sacred temple there, is actually non-different from the kingdom of God. And to the degree that one is advanced in God consciousness or Krishna consciousness, to the degree that one's love for God has been awakened, to that degree, when one comes to this place, one experiences deeply the presence of God. And speaking from my limited beginner state of consciousness, even someone like me feels a considerable amount of bliss and satisfaction and peace and love for God or Krishna in a place like this, like Jagannath Puri. Such is the blessing of God being a person.